The gymnasium hummed with the restless energy of students settling into their seats when the first mocking comment sliced through the air. "Nice vintage look, Grandpa," a voice called out, followed by snickers as eyes turned toward the lone teenager wearing an olive-drab military jacket. The faded patch on the sleeve meant nothing to his classmates, but everything to him. It was his father's, the only tangible connection left to Sergeant Matthew Ralston, killed in action 3 years prior. As laughter spread and phones came out to record the moment, no one noticed the visiting general at the podium suddenly go rigid, her prepared speech forgotten as her eyes locked onto that worn insignia. The cruelty escalated as they always did on Veterans Day when he wore the jacket. "Did your dad lose a bet to wear that ugly thing?" someone shouted. The boy's fingers tightened around the frayed cuffs, the fabric still carrying faint traces of desert sand and gun oil from its last deployment. He'd learned to weather these moments in silence, but today would be different. General Sarah Whitaker, the first woman to lead the 117th Recon Division, was stepping down from the stage with deliberate, measured steps. The click of her dress shoes on the gym floor cut through the laughter like a knife. Students turned in confusion as the decorated officer marched straight toward the boy, her medals glinting under fluorescent lights. Then came the sound no one expected, the sharp snap of a perfect salute as the general honored a teenage boy in a thrift store jacket. "You didn't know," General Whitaker said later, her voice cracking as she addressed the stunned audience, "because you never asked." She turned the boy's sleeve to reveal the faded 117th patch, her fingers tracing the shrapnel tear near the collar. This damage? From when Sergeant Ralston threw himself on an IED to save 6 men, including me. The gymnasium was so quiet now, you could hear the rustle of fabric as the boy wiped his eyes. Whitaker shared how the 117th's missions were so classified they'd never appear in history books. Their victories known only to the families of those they'd saved. "You measure heroes by Instagram followers," she told the students, "while real ones walk among you in silence." As the assembly ended, something remarkable happened. The same students who had laughed minutes earlier now formed a hesitant line. One by one, they approached to examine the jacket's details, the bloodstain on the inner lining, the handwritten coordinates in the pocket marking where Ralston fell, the purple heart pinned discreetly inside. The boy who'd led the teasing joined JROTC the next week. A group of students started a veterans oral history project. And in a quiet bedroom that night, a son carefully hung his father's jacket back in its special place. Not as a shrine to loss, but as a challenge. To live up to the legacy stitched into every thread. The general had been right about one thing. Courage doesn't demand attention, but when recognized, it changes everything. That evening, 6 students emailed the principal about starting a veterans oral history project. The boy who'd mocked Ralston joined the JROTC, and in a quiet bedroom, a son carefully hung his father's jacket back in its special place, not as a shrine to loss, but as a challenge to live up to. As General Whitaker had whispered to him, the bravest thing isn't wearing this jacket, but continuing the legacy it represents. Sometimes the most profound lessons come not from textbooks, but from faded fabric steeped in sacrifice. When we take time to look beyond surface appearances, we might just find extraordinary stories waiting to be honored. If this story resonated with you, let us know in the comments how it made you reflect. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more powerful real-life moments that remind us what truly matters. Because in a world quick to judge, sometimes the most extraordinary people are those who move through it quietly, carrying entire histories on their backs.